Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you this high school girls hockey action between the visiting Newton Co-op and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. This Newton team, of course, a co-op between Newton North and Newton South high schools. They will be taking on the home team Brookline Warriors today. Should make for a good one whenever Brookline and Newton face off, whether it's north or south. It's usually a good game, and when you get both combined into a co-op, you know things are going to get interesting. The hosting Brookline High Warriors, according to the MIAA's power rankings that came out on Thursday, Brookline is ranked 31st in Division II with a 7-8 record. Meanwhile, the Newton Co-op, which is just sort of represented as Newton North on their listings, is ranked 21st in Division I with a 5-8-1 record. So both teams trying to inch their way towards a 500 record with this one. Brookline, of course, coming off a tough 2-1 overtime loss to Framingham on Wednesday that dropped them below 500. And it was certainly a disappointing finish for the Warriors. They outshot the Framingham Flyers in 2 of the 3 regulation periods to end up with a pretty substantial shot advantage for the game. But only 1 goal found the back of the net for them in regulation, and it was only good enough to tie the game with a few minutes left and send it into overtime, where Framingham's Mason Pumala ultimately scored the game winner. So Brookline hoping for a different result here today. And with that in mind, we are scheduled for a 2 p.m. puck drop, so players will probably start coming out onto the ice in about maybe 5 minutes. In the meantime, let's take a look at the rosters for these 2 teams. And we'll start with the visiting Newton Co-op. And we'll go in order of jersey number. Starting off for Newton, a freshman, number 1, Ava Russo. Another freshman, number 2, Savannah Bond. A sophomore, number 3, Danielle Morrill. A senior, number 4, Ava Howell. A junior, number 5, Maya Tuozolo. A junior, number 6, Amelia Singer. A senior, number 7, Indy Cha. A sophomore, number 8, Maggie Buckton. A sophomore, number 9, Samantha Williams. A freshman, number 10, Madison Daly. A senior, number 11, Liv Gigliodurga. Or maybe it's Giliodurga. Sophomore, number 12, Vida Luckett. A senior, number 13, Maddie DeJohn. A senior co-captain, number 14, Samantha Mealy. A sophomore, number 15, Amanda Cosgrove. A sophomore, number 16, Maeve Healy. A junior, number 17, Hadley Conroy. A sophomore, number 18, Callie Saris. A freshman, number 19, Sonia Gillespie. A freshman, number 20, Ellie Fahey. A sophomore, number 22, Bridget Stone. A senior, number 23, Haley Kaufman. A freshman, number 24, Beckett Houston. A freshman, number 25, Ceci Sheehan. A senior, number 26, Ashley Cerrone. A senior, number 28, Ava Maregni. A sophomore, number 30, Gabriella Bonadio. And a senior co-captain, number 40, Camille Kurorias. Head coaches of the Newton Co-op are Scott Heslin and Rebecca Fleming, with assistant coaches Patrick Coughlin, Kevin Flynn, and Janice Michaud. So that is the roster for the Newton Co-op. And now we take a look at the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Also going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a freshman, number 4, Casey McCarthy. A junior co-captain, number 7, Julia Janowski. A junior, number 8, Grayson Davis. A junior, number 9, Riley Lackey. A freshman, number 10, Birdie Hawkins. A junior, number 11, Sophia Hauser. A junior, number 12, Diane Lee. A freshman, number 13, Shayna Blankstein-Chin. A senior, number 15, Maeve Lastly. A freshman, number 16, B. Palmer. A freshman, number 17, Izzy Pace. A freshman, number 18, Swayjin Koo. A senior co-captain, number 19, Olivia Boyd. A freshman, number 21, Edda Reed. A senior co-captain, number 22, Caroline Driscoll. A freshman, number 32, Aurora Charbonneau. A junior, number 35, Razi Carew Lyons. A sophomore, number 37, Meredith Allen. A sophomore, number 42, Maddie Driscoll. A senior, number 44, Zoe Henrik. A junior, number 77, Jenna Rosetto. And a senior co-captain and team manager, Kellen McNamara. Head coach of the Brookline High girls hockey team is Nick Sama, with assistant coaches Carly Radovich and Mark Haley. Looks like the Wi-Fi is already starting to get spotty on me, but I hope that doesn't continue through the day. I don't think it will. Occasionally we get some spotty stuff out here at Walter Brown, but it usually rights itself in due time. We're about 5 minutes out from our scheduled 2 p.m. puck drop, and they just tested out the buzzer. So my guess is we will probably have some players coming out onto the ice soon. And in fact, we are coming out of the corner instead of the usual route down the aisle is the Newton Co-op. So the Newton Co-op now out onto the ice. They come in with a record of 5-8-1 according to the MIAA. Ranked, I believe, 21st in Division 1 as they start their warm-up skates. Once again, that roster for the Newton Co-op: number 1, Ava Russo; number 2, Savannah Bond; number 3, Danielle Morill; number 4, Ava Howell; number 5, Maya Tuozolo; number 6, Amelia Singer; number 7, Indy Cha; number 8, Maggie Buckton; number 9, Samantha Williams; number 10, Madison Daly; number 11, Liv Gilio Durga; number 12, Vita Luckett; number 13, Maddie DeJohn; number 14, Samantha Mealy; number 15, Amanda Cosgrove; number 16, Maeve Healy; number 17, Hadley Conroy; number 18, Callie Saris; 19, Katie Gordeau; 20, Ailey Felly; number 21, Sonia Gillespie; number 22, Bridget Stone; number 23, Haley Kaufman; number 24, Beckett Houston; number 25, Ceci Sheehan; number 26, Ashley Cerrone; number 28, Ava Maregni; number 30, Gabriela Bonadio; and number 40, Camille Kurorias. And as you can see, the home team coming out onto the ice, the Brookline High Warriors, ranked 31st in Division 2 in the MIAA's power ratings with a record of 7-8. Once again, that roster: number 4, Casey McCarthy; number 7, Julia Janowski; number 8, Grayson Davis; number 9, Riley Lackey; number 10, Birdie Hawkins; number 11, Sophia Hauser; number 12, Diane Lee; number 13, Shayna Blankstein-Shin; number 15, Maeve Lastly; number 16, B. Palmer; number 17, Izzy Pace; number 18, Suejin Koo; number 19, Olivia Boyd; number 21, Etta Reed; number 22, Caroline Driscoll; number 32, Aurora Charbonneau; number 35, Rosie Carew Lyons; number 37, Meredith Alland; number 42, Maddie Driscoll; number 44, Zoe Henrik; number 77, Jenna Rosetto; and team manager Kellen McNamara. It's been a week of the highest highs and the lowest lows for the Brookline High girls hockey team. Once again, I apologize for the slightly spotty Wi-Fi connection. I hope it's not too egregiously bad. I don't think it will stay this bad. I imagine it's going to get better as we go. Usually it doesn't, when it gets kind of shaky here at Walter Brown, it never stays that way through the entire game. So I expect this will improve later as the game goes on. But in the meantime, like I said, a week of the highest highs and lowest lows for Brookline. They started the week off on Monday with a pretty dominant win over the North Quincy Co-op, 4-1. A dominant scoring outing led by strong efforts from freshman line mates B. Palmer and Shayna Blankstein-Shin, who combined for 3 goals and 3 assists between the two of them. But then on Wednesday, when the team hosted Framingham, despite a substantial shot advantage, Brookline was playing from behind for about half of regulation after an early second period score, and couldn't seem to get anything in the back of the net until late in the third period when a goal was scored by Grayson Davis, assisted by Palmer and Sophia Hauser. And then, of course, after forcing the game into overtime with that late goal, It was Framingham's Mason Pumala who came through with the game winner, delivering the tough loss to Brookline. We're about a minute and a half left before the start of this game. Once again, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena in Boston, Massachusetts, to bring you this girls hockey contest. If you enjoy the broadcast, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We got a full slate of games coming up next week. I'm going to be broadcasting 8 games in 7 days between a mix of various different teams, so you can stay on top of that by subscribing to the channel. And as always, if there's anything you would like to say to me or to the other folks watching from across the internet, I encourage you to participate in the live chat. You know, especially if there are any Newton fans watching this stream and I'm pronouncing one of the players' names wrong, because, you know, it's my first time doing a game of this particular team, then please correct me in the live chat, and I'll be sure to get the name right from that point onward. You know, I want to give these fine young student athletes the best coverage that I can. Okay, looks like the Wi-Fi connection has smoothed itself out. I'm glad to see that. And honestly, if there was going to be a time for some shaky Wi-Fi, if the only time is during pregame, I am good with that. So there's the horn for the pregame clock. I suspect we'll get starting lineups as we've been running things very much on time today. And then we'll get the start of this game. Except, no, we're not getting pregame. No pregame ceremony for this contest. We're just going right into the action once again. Like I said, you know, it's always interesting when Brookline and Newton face off really in any sport. There's always hype surrounding it. You know, fans were kind of robbed of a basketball doubleheader between these two teams that was scheduled for yesterday and had to be postponed due to the bad weather we got in yesterday, which canceled all Newton public schools. Here we go. Opening faceoff is dropped, and we're underway. Newton sends it into the, keeps it in the neutral zone. Brookline pinning it against the boards. It's ultimately pushed ahead, but recovered by Brookline's Diane Lee. Swung over to Jenna Rosetto, pushed ahead, and then pinned to the boards was Shayna Blankstein-Chin, as they are now scrumming for the puck. Coming out with it for a second was Chin, but again, it gets poked loose. Now Palmer trying to push it forward. Palmer somehow escapes from the pile and skates into the attack zone. Coming around the back, looking for an opening. Not there, and she decides to pass it back to Lee. Lee's pass almost intercepted for a breakaway, but she pushes it forward. Off the crazy deflections, Brookline cannot keep it in the attack zone. They reset in the neutral zone. This is Palmer now skating in, weaving around defenders. Long backhand is saved. So that's the first save of the day for Newton netminder Camille Kurorias. I'm gonna be struggling with that name. If anyone knows the proper pronunciation, please let me know in the live chat. As we get ready for a face-off, it goes back to Boyd. Boyd a long shot. It's turned away by Kurorias. Now recovered by Newton's number 14, Samantha Mealy. Swung across, they try and clear it out, get the deflection into the neutral zone, taken by Riley Lackey, passed ahead for Janowski. Janowski pass deflects off Boyd and is taken away by Newton, pushed into the neutral zone, but again recovered by Lackey. Pass off the boards gets away from Janowski, but recovered by Caroline Driscoll. Driscoll hands it off back to Janowski. Long shot goes high. Rebound is collected by Hauser. Hauser sends it right to the net. Again saved by Carorias. And now pushed all the way ahead by Newton's number 23, Haley Kaufman, and that's going to be icing. 13:23 on the clock. We are through the first minute and a half of action here at Walter Brown. No score yet between Brookline and Newton. Face-off is controlled by Newton. Pushed into the neutral zone by number 5, Maya Tuozolo. And now they're trying to clear it out again. A long shot by Gray Davis is blocked. Chin tried to work with it, but Carorias pushed it away. Now Palmer working around the back once again. Looking around, fires a shot, saved by Carorias. It's pushed back to Lee. A long shot is again turned away. Taken by Chin out the back. Swings a pass to Palmer. Now given back to Chin. Chin skating with it across the middle. Pass back to Lee. Lee decides to send it around the boards. It's chased down in the corner by Palmer. Palmer keeping on the attack. Couldn't stay with the puck, and it's stolen away by Newton, but Palmer can't keep it in the attack zone. Does take control in the neutral zone. Again, weaving her way through several defenders. How does she do it? And then it's finally knocked away by the last defender. Into the neutral zone, and Diane Lee pushes it back in as Brookline makes a switch. Almost stolen away, and instead it gets pinned to the boards. Good efforts by Janowski. They're trying to wrestle it loose. Janowski and Boyd both in there, trying to get it away from the boards. It's finally poked loose. Fought for by Driscoll, but she couldn't get clean control of it. Boyd trying to poke it home, but could not get it to go. Boyd recovers in the corner, looking for a passing lane. Tries to send it and misses. It goes around the boards. Hauser recovers. Sends it to the corner for Driscoll. A pass to the middle is deflected by Boyd, but stolen away by Newton. Kept in the attack zone by Lackey. Now as Brookline makes a switch, Newton starts making their approach into the neutral zone. That's number 6, Amelia Singer. Brings it into the attack zone, but it's quickly knocked away and taken by Hauser. Pass ahead, finds Palmer. Palmer trying to bring that speed. It's deflected, but right to Davis. Now Palmer's shot is just saved by Carorias. That was a close one. Almost had the first goal of the game there, as now Newton is skating on the counter. 2-on-2, and they just decide to send it around the boards. It finds, I believe, number 18, Callie Saris. She tries to send it back to number 24, Beckett Houston, but nothing doing there. And now Brookline working on the transition. Chin passes over to Palmer. Across the blue line, long shot from Izzy Pace is turned away by Carorias. Now Newton again working on the counter. They got a 3-on-2 rush here. Gaining the blue line. This is number 3 coming in. Shot off the pole. Danielle Morill had a big chance at the net there, but just couldn't get it past Rosie Carew Lyons. Lackey controls it, passes to Pace. Pace sends it off the boards, but taken away again by Newton. Sent around the boards, that's Saris, who sends it off the boards. Taken by Brookline, a long push up the ice, and that's going to be icing. 10 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the first period. Still no score between Brookline and Newton. Brookline was controlling possession for a while, but now they find it in their own end for the face-off. As the face-off goes to the boards, Janowski trying to push it. Instead, it gets sent back to Diane Lee. Lee turns around, tries to send it across the boards, gets to Janowski. Janowski trying to fight for it against the boards, taken by Newton. They're trying to sneak it in, but smothered by a couple of Brookline defenders there, and now they bring it into the neutral zone. Stolen back for a second, but now taken away. This is Janowski. Shot saved by Carorias. Some good efforts on the steal by Caroline Driscoll to get it loose for Janowski, who launched a good shot, just a nice glove save by Kurorias. Face-off is won. Janowski, a long shot, is caught by Kurorias. Reset, same idea. This time shot goes wide. Recovered by Hauser, kept in the attack zone. Driscoll fighting for it, loses track of it. It goes to the boards, but is pushed ahead to Boyd. Boyd sends a pass to the middle, and they can't poke it in. Kurorias covers it up. A nice shift from the Driscoll-Boyd-Janowski line, as they got a number of nice shots on net, but nothing finds pay dirt. This attempted clear is kept in the attack by Lackey. Pace trying to dump it off for Palmer. Palmer now taking it around the back. Dumps it off for Chin. Chin has it broken up and stolen away. I believe that was Morill. As now Hauser sends it back around the boards. Scrum in the corner. Pace is fighting for it. It's poked loose. It's taken by Houston. Houston passes, a couple of passes, and it winds up with number 8, Maggie Buckton, who pushes it all the way to the back end. Chased down, I believe, by Hauser. Now Brookline working on the clear. They can't quite clear it. Long shot, weird deflections, but turned away by Carew Lions off the long ball from Ellie Fahey. Brookline tries to take it out, can't do it. Stolen by Buckton, a pass almost found Houston for a good wrister, but couldn't get there cleanly. Now they reset, goes back to Fahey. She pushes it for the insert, no good there. Pushed back around the boards, taken by Palmer. Palmer sends it off the boards, finds Chin. Chin lifts it across, finds her target. Another pass ahead, finds Palmer for a second, but stolen away by the Newton defense as Brookline makes a change. Skating end-to-end with it, gaining the blue line and pushing it forward was Mealy. Now stolen back by Brookline. A pass to Davis from Palmer is knocked back. It's recovered by Lee. Lee now skating with it while Newton makes a change. Lee trying to take advantage. Loses track of the puck for a second and is called for offsides. She couldn't keep control of the puck. It got behind her. And so she crossed the blue line before the puck did. 7:21 left here in the first, no score. Grayson Davis pushes it into the attack zone. They try and clear it out, but it's kept in play by Lee. Now Rosetto keeps it pushed in. Newton trying to work on the clear. Puck is popped up and now pushed out into the neutral zone. It gets past Lee, and she's going to have to chase that one down as Brookline resets. Rosetto sends a pass ahead, looking for number 44, Zoe Henrik. As now Brookline gains the blue line. A shot by Davis is blocked. Davis now recovers her own rebound, tries a pass to the middle, but nobody there. And it's blocked away by Singer. Now another poke check. Brookline trying to keep up that forecheck as Davis keeps poking it, but that time it was touched across the blue line before properly crossing. .6:32 left in the first. Both teams still looking for the first goal of the game. Face-off is ultimately controlled by Newton. Passed over to Morill. She pushes it. It's easily covered up by Carew Lions. Morill really the only dangerous chance so far. I believe it came from her on what was kind of a breakaway chance that just went off the pole. As she tries to push it forward, but smothered by the Brookline defense. And now Brookline working on the clear. Boyd lost track of it against the boards. Long shot by Morill is caught like a pop fly by Carew Lions. Now it'll be another face-off between Driscoll and Morrill. Won cleanly by Driscoll. Hauser sends it around the back, gets to Janowski. Janowski trying to force her way through. It's poked, but right back to Hauser, who finds Driscoll, who tries to pass for Boyd, but it's knocked away. Recovered by Hauser again. Hauser inserts into the attack zone, chased down by Mealy, who sends it around the boards. Now pinned to the boards. It's a scrum for it. 4 players in that scrum. As it's finally poked loose, taken by Morrill, but now ripped away by Driscoll. Driscoll trying to sneak in, can't do it, covered by Karorias. Now again, pinned to the boards, another scrum for the puck. As it's poked loose, taken by Driscoll. Driscoll, a shot is blocked and pushed away by Karorias. Now Mealy tries to send it around the boards once again. This time she's got a target, but Hauser gets there and keeps it in the attack zone. Driscoll skating with it, tries a pass, misses Janowski. Janowski chasing it down, tries a pass, but nobody there. Now an attempted clear is body blocked by Chin. Pass to the middle for Janowski. Janowski trying to stay on the attack. Pins Fahey to the boards, and the puck is recovered by Chin. Chin coming around. Long pass gets knocked high in the air, and now it's taken by Lee. Long shot is blocked and ultimately pushed out into the neutral zone. Rosetto swings it over to Chin. Chin sends a pass ahead to Pace. Pace gains the blue line. 3-on-1. Pass gets through to Palmer. Palmer shot saved by Karorias. That might have been the best chance either team has had so far. And Karorias splayed out for it perfectly. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first period. Face-off is sent from Pace back to Rosetto, and the long insert is covered up by Karorias. Another face-off in the Newton end. Goes back past Rosetto. Newton trying to take it on the counter. Newton trying to take advantage. Long shot easily saved by Carew Lions, but a juicy rebound coming in. Again turned away by Carew Lions. And now off that near disaster, Brookline pushes it into the neutral zone. It's pushed back into the Brookline end, and they'll have to work on the clear once again. This is Lee sending a pass ahead to Pace. Pace gets it into the neutral zone, but it's ripped away. Now gaining the blue line, pushed to the back end. Almost a juicy ricochet for Tuzzolo. Instead, it's now sent into the corner as Chin brings it around the back, trying to weave her way through, stolen away. And that had to be saved by Carew Lions just barely, as Tuzzolo was trying to sneak that one in. Another face-off between Morrill and Driscoll is won cleanly by Driscoll. Hauser tries to send it up, but it's blocked. Off the ricochet, it's taken by Driscoll. Driscoll skating through the neutral zone, gaining the blue line. Coming in, pass just missed by Janowski, might have been blocked by a defender. And now Newton's working on the counter. This is Buckton pushing it into the attack zone, recovered by Morrill. Morrill lifts one high, it's downed by Hauser. Now recovered, a pass to the middle, almost a tough ricochet for Brookline. Could have proved costly there, but instead Newton has to reset. The pass from Fahey to Houston is off the mark as Mealy sends it back to Fahey. Fahey pushes ahead, misses Morrill, but now recovered by Buckton, who sends it across the blue line. It's sent back out to the neutral zone, sent back into the Brookline end. Now Brookline trying to get out to the neutral zone, stolen away for a second, but now stolen back by Driscoll. Driscoll sends a pass out wide to Janowski. Janowski just launches one, stopped by the stick of Karorias, and recovered by Singer. A pass intercepted and deflected into the air and covered up by Karorias. Pace was trying to make things happen there, but it was deflected high into the air and not far enough to threaten a score. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the first period. Face-off gets pushed to the corner where it's chased down by Palmer. Palmer gets pinned to the boards. They're still trying to scrum for it. Recovered by Pace. Pace trying to turn around. Work along the back, now stolen away by Newton's defense. Skating with it was number 2, Bond. Now stolen away. A pass to Chin. Chin fires and scores! Shayna Blankstein-Chin. She sent it stick side to the perfect spot, tickled the twine, and Brookline has the 1-0 lead. Shayna Blankstein-Chin off the assist from B. Palmer. An electric forward pairing consisting of all freshmen. With 1:47 left in the first, Brookline has now tallied the first score on the board. They hold an important 1-0 lead. Out of the scrum for the puck, it is ultimately Newton pushing it into the Brookline end, but this will probably be icing. No icing, actually, as it's recovered by Hauser. Sent around the boards to Janowski. Janowski trying to force it forward. She eventually gets a pass through to Driscoll. Pass ahead to Boyd. Boyd trying to get around her defender. Boyd on the attack. Here comes Olivia Boyd. Shot saved by Cororias. A minute, 9 seconds left here in the first. The score, Brookline 1, Newton 0. Face-off is controlled by Mealy. Sends a pass around. Misses Fahey, but gets it to Buckton. Buckton's pass broken up. Intercepted by Hauser, lifted back into the attack end. Sophia Hauser has been a great disruptor defensively so far today, as this one is sent around from Fahey to Mealy, back to Fahey. 45 seconds left in the period. Pass goes into the neutral zone. It's taken by Riley Lackey, sent back into the attack zone, taken by Fahey, sent over to Mealy. Mealy's attempted pass broken up by Chin. Chin sends a pass through. Off the boards, taken by Davis. Davis tries to center it, but nobody there. And it's pinned to the boards again, and ultimately pushed into the neutral zone where it's taken by Palmer. Palmer, pass ahead to Davis, gains the blue line. Davis hesitates, shot goes high and wide. Recovered by Buckton, sent off the boards, taken by Davis. 5 seconds left. Probably not enough time for Brookline to get a shot off, and it's not enough time. Our score after 1, the Brookline High Warriors 1, the Newton Co-op 0. The lone score coming from number 13, Shayna Blankstein-Chin, off the assist from number 16, B. Palmer. As we head into our first intermission, I am happy to tell you that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It is never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 a year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in our area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. But Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting. Or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, located at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. As we continue with the break, I will be going off the mic for a bit, but I will be back for the second period. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts, bringing you coverage of today's high school girls hockey matchup between Brookline and Newton. You can see the Zamboni making its last couple of rounds around the rink as we are wrapping up the first intermission, getting ready for the start of the second period. Through one, the hosting Warriors hold a 1-0 lead off a goal scored inside the last 2 minutes of the period by Shayna Blankstein-Chin, assisted by B. Palmer. And that goal has certainly got a feel, as between the early stages of this game and most of that Framingham game on Wednesday, they had a lot of good scoring chances that just weren't finding the back of the net, seemingly no matter what they did, no matter how many good moves they made. But that shot by Chin was placed very well, went to the far side, went to the stick side, went left to right with her shot, and placed it really quite perfectly. So as you can see, the Brookline Warriors getting ready to come out. The Zamboni driver getting ready to come off. Once again, thank you to Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts for sponsoring this live broadcast. If you want to find out more about this financial planning firm that specializes in helping, to find out more, you can go into the description section of this video. You'll see a link to their website, their phone number if you would like to call them for a complimentary meeting. And of course, as always, if you any of you know of any local businesses that might be interested in sponsoring future broadcasts, you can give them my email address, which is also in the description of this video, jgms88@gmail.com, as is the URL of my personal website, jessesports.com, as well as a link to my Instagram account if you would like to follow me on Instagram, where I typically post highlights from games I have previously covered. For example, if I was to post a highlight from today and the game ended now, I would post that goal by Shayna Chin. As we see the teams coming out for their brief pre-period skates, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second period. Brookline with the lead, and they seemed to be keeping up the majority of pressure through the end of the first period. As we now get ready for the second period, we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams make. Newton was starting to find some chances at the net in the middle stages of that first period, particularly led by number 3, Danielle Morrill, who it looks like will be taking the opening face-off, flanked by wingers Maggie Buckton and Beckett Houston. While for Brookline, they send out their line of Caroline Driscoll, Olivia Boyd, and Julia Janowski. Here we go, second period underway. Boyd taps it back to Jenna Rosetto, and now Diane Lee pushes it ahead. It goes into the Newton end. Coming around the back, there's Ellie Fahey passing it over to Samantha Mealy, who sends it around the boards. Now poked free. A shot is saved by Caroriez. Almost forced home by Boyd off the nice deflection into open space by Driscoll, but now Newton skating on the counterattack. This is Morrill gaining the blue line. A long shot is juggled by Carew Lyons and pushed away. She tried to catch it out of the air but didn't get her glove on it cleanly. That was almost disaster for Brookline, but ultimately no damage done. Rosetto skating out of the Brookline end during a change by Newton, still skating with it, going end to end as she continues to force it into the corner, coming around the back. Now sends a pass all the way back, and a long shot from Lee is turned away by Caroriez, as now it's pushed out. Lee trying to keep it back in the neutral zone, and it does get into the neutral zone. It's collected by Rosetto as she pushes it ahead. It's a race up the ice for it. Won by Newton, but now intercepted by B. Palmer. Palmer skating in, skating around, saved by Caroriez. Again, Palmer with the nifty stick skills, but again, Caroriez reacts well. Palmer again steals it with help from Riley Lackey. Weaving in, shot, misses wide. Recovered by Pace, pushed towards the middle. A shot, almost a juicy chance, but Palmer couldn't get there in time. Instead, she has to send a pass back. Long shot by Hauser. Goes wide, recovered by Pace. Pace pass to the middle is missed and cleared out all the way down to the Brookline end, where it's chased down by Riley Lackey. Pass finds Hauser. Hauser tries to send it to Chin during the shift, but doesn't get there. Fahey recovers and passes to Mealy off the boards into the neutral zone. Stolen away by Palmer. Palmer fights it into the Newton end, but it's recovered by Mealy. Mealy gets it over to Fahey, but it's deflected, taken by Palmer. Palmer weaving in. A pass just broken up, intended for an open Izzy Pace. Mealy now trying to bring it end to end for Newton. She does, gains the blue line, heading to the corner. A pass broken up and recovered by, I believe, Palmer. As now Mealy sends it in again. No, that wasn't Palmer. I think that was actually Diane Lee who broke that one up. As now Brookline working on the recovery. It's sent into the neutral zone, taken by Fahey. Fahey launches it into the Brookline end, and they're going to call icing. So we'll have a face-off down in the Newton end. 12 minutes and 1 second on the clock here in the second period. Brookline leads Newton 1-0. Face-off. Ultimately juggled back to Rosetto, who sends it off the boards. Chased down by number 2, Savannah Bond. Oh, a dangerous chance for Driscoll, just barely blocked by Amelia Singer. Brookline keeps on the attack, but the puck is poked loose from between the skates of Driscoll, as now Rosetto launches it back into the Newton end. Chased down by Bond. Bond trying to push it up ice, but stolen away by Driscoll. Pass to an open Boyd. Boyd, a shot is blocked. Janowski tried to get it on the rebound, but couldn't do it. Instead, she recovers and resets. Pass back to Lee. Lee couldn't keep control of it, loses it into the neutral zone, now resets. Trying to weave her way through. She gets tripped up. Oh, I think this will be a delayed penalty, and it will. This is going to be a tripping penalty against Newton. Into the penalty box goes number 23, Haley Kaufman. With 11 minutes and 11 seconds, Brookline already with a 1-0 lead now goes on the advantage. First face-off of the power play is scrummed for and won by Newton. Mealy skating with it and now lifts it all the way down to the Brookline end to kill some clock off of the penalty. Taken by Hauser, passed ahead to Chin. Now, after a check, it's recovered by Palmer, passed ahead to Davis. Grayson Davis gains the blue line. Long shot blocked by Mealy, recovered by Palmer. Palmer stolen away by Mealy, cleared, but not quite. Hauser keeps it in the attack end, sends a pass into the corner. Davis and now Palmer takes it, skating her way around to reset the play. Operating from the corner, sends a pass back to Hauser. Hauser passes back to Palmer. Palmer surveys and sends it back to Hauser. Hauser back to Palmer once again. Palmer now skating with it, weaving her way through, but couldn't keep control of the puck, and we've got a whistle. Do we have another penalty called? We do. This one is going to be against Brookline. This is against Shayna Blankstein-Chin. I think they called her for interference of some kind. So she'll go to the box for 2 minutes. Kaufman is in the box for another minute 7. So we'll have a 53-second power play for Newton after a minute and 7 seconds of 4-on-4. Slight scoreboard malfunction as they needed to get the proper time on the clock for Chin's penalty. Face-off is controlled. Not really, and it's almost poked in. Instead, it goes loose to the corner. Rosetto struggling to get her stick on that puck. She does eventually, pushes it around the back to Lee. Lee sends a pass ahead to Boyd, now ahead to Driscoll. Driscoll skating it across the blue line. Tries a pass, weird deflections, and it's knocked away by Karorias. Now Newton skating on the counter. This is Mealy taking her time. She knows there's only about 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4, and then Newton goes on the power play. Rosetta recovers, long clear. It's taken by Fahey. Fahey's pass misses the mark, goes all the way to the back end. Chased down by, I believe that's Diane Lee. Skating her way through, going end-to-end, but couldn't stay with the puck. Does push it into the attack end, but it's pushed back out to the neutral zone. 5 seconds left on Kaufman's penalty, and then this will be a power play for Newton. Out of the box she comes, but Palmer steals it. She's going for the shorthander, weaving around, and can't do it, and that's going to be another penalty. A delayed penalty, though, as a shot by Janowski is turned away. And there it is. Penalties interweaving into penalties, interweaving into penalties. Absolutely wild, as now number 20, Ellie Fahey, will go into the box for Newton. They were on the power play for a matter of seconds before Palmer stole it and then forced a penalty by going on a strong attack on the shorthand. So now it'll be 37 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a minute 23 of power play for Brookline as Boyd goes for the immediate backhand shot, but it's deflected. Mealy takes it out of the back, passes ahead to Morrill. Morrill lifts it. It's controlled by Hauser. Hauser has it poked away, but she keeps Houston pinned off and gets the pass away to Boyd. Pass ahead now to Driscoll. Driscoll gains the blue line. Driscoll still skating with it. Looking around. Pass broken up by Mealy. Now Morrill skating on the counter. She's got a bit of a 2-on-2 situation. Tries to pass, but intercepted by Lackey. Sent to the boards. Recovered by Houston. Now sent around the boards. Hauser sending it around. We're officially on the power play for Brookline, but Morrill is keeping up the pressure for Newton. As now Newton gets off a long shot, almost a juicy deflection. Instead, Hauser is going to clear it out to the neutral zone. Big chance for Brookline. It is wrapped up, and Morrill levels Hauser. But I think they might be calling that on Hauser as she collides hard with Danielle Morrill. Or, no, they are going to send Morrill into the box. This is going to be a 5-on-3 or no? I'm confused. Everyone's confused. Okay, so it's not Morrill going to the box. It is Hauser. After the hard collision with Morrill, they called the penalty on Hauser. So again, we're back to 4-on-4 for another 57 seconds. And then it'll be a minute 3 of a power play for Newton North, but the way this period is going, it's probably going to turn back into 4-on-4 in no time. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. No team has finished a power play without committing their own penalty to go back to 4-on-4. So as we go with the 4-on-4, skating around is Mealy. Pass is broken up. Morrill tried to recover it, but no room there. Scrumming for the puck now as it goes up against the boards. It's sent loose and recovered by Rosetto. Rosetto skating with it, gets it into the neutral zone. Still skating with it is Jenna Rosetto. Loses it, and it's poked loose by, I believe, Savannah Bond. Recovered by Diane Lee. Lee skating around with it. Brings it into the attack end. Still skating with it. Here comes Diane Lee. A shot saved by Carorias. Diane Lee, the defenseman, coming with the speed on that one. 18 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and then it'll be about a minute 3, a minute 4 of power play for the Newton Co-op, unless there's another penalty, which you cannot rule out the way this period's been going. Face-off is won by Brookline. Long shot saved by Carorias, as that one was launched by Riley Lackey. 7 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock here in the second period. Face-off again goes right back to Lackey. Now this time she passes over to Lee. Lee, a long shot, is scooped up by Carorias. Face-off is won by Newton. It goes back to Bond. Bond's pass intercepted by Boyd, but they couldn't push it forward. And now it's taken by Singer. Singer sends it into the Brookline end. Going around the boards, it's chased down by Lee. Lee skating with it. A long backhand goes into the neutral zone, recovered by Bond. Bond, or maybe that was Singer. Either way, sends a pass ahead. Now Brookline working on the clear. Recovered by Singer, but now scrummed for. Loose puck is sent out into the neutral zone, and Newton is going to have to reset. About 25 seconds left on the Newton power play as Mealy sends a pass. It comes back to her. Mealy again sends it across to Singer. Singer tries a long pass, broken up by Boyd. Just over 10 seconds left on the penalty, as Kaufman pushed it around the boards. Now it's pushed back. Kaufman trying to take it. It's pinned up against the back. Almost a juicy ricochet, but it's controlled by Brookline as the final penalty ends. A pass to Pace as Brookline tried to take advantage out of the box, but it gets pinned to the boards. And finally, that long string of penalties ends, as now this is Chin coming out of the back. Out of the corner. Tries to send it to the middle, but it's deflected away by Bond. Now cleared out to the neutral zone, taken by Hauser. Hauser lifts it into the Newton end, and around the boards it goes. Just over 5 minutes left here in the second period. Brookline still leads 1-0 as this one ricochets into the neutral zone. Palmer pokes it away from Newton's number 18, Callie Saris. Now Palmer skating through, trying to keep control of it. A pass, just turned away by Carorias on the shot by Izzy Pace. That was almost perfect. Now sent back around to Saris. Saris cut off, and Hauser pushes it back into the Newton end. Newton trying to send it around the boards. This is Houston. Houston skating with it. Gains the blue line. Just pushes it around the boards, and it's recovered by Hauser. Hauser pushes it ahead, finds Chin. Chin passes to the middle. It's tracked down by Janowski. Janowski coming around her defender, gains the blue line, still being pursued by Singer. Still now coming around the back. Running out of room, and it's poked loose by Singer. But staying with it is Palmer. Palmer hands it off to Rosetto, who slipped and fell. And that almost turned into a breakaway chance for Newton. They are still operating on the counter. A long shot by Morrill goes high. Sent into the boards and now taken by Brookline. Pushed into the neutral zone. Now taken by Singer. Pass across, now sent ahead. Misses Buckton, attempted clear, almost broken up by Houston. Now broken up by the defense, and now Houston pushing it around the boards. Taken by Lee. Lee, pass ahead to Driscoll. Driscoll, pass for Chin. Chin pushes it into the attack end. It's a race to the puck, and it's won by the Newton defender. Kept in the attack end by Lackey. Chased down by Bond. Bond passes, misses Morrill, but gets it to, I think, Kaufman, who tries to get it to Morrill, taken away by Davis, but now recovered again by Newton. Lifted a long way. It's a race to the corner, but it's going to be an icing call. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the second period. Brookline holding on to its 1-0 advantage. It's been a chaotic second period, but not a bunch of big chances at the net, as both teams just sort of been skating around with various penalties to give it sort of a start-stop feel throughout this period. Into the neutral zone it goes. Hauser whiffs on the clear attempt. Newton trying to press the attack. It's number 15 skating through. A shot goes wide. Recovered by Brookline. Pass goes ahead to Boyd. Boyd's pass intercepted. Boyd still trying to force it through. Stolen away again by 15. Pass to the middle, off the mark. Now intercepted by Davis. Davis skating with it. Gains the blue line. Passes to nobody as Brookline makes a full switch. And now number 15, Amanda Cosgrove, pushes this one ahead. It's taken by Rosetto. Rosetto into the neutral zone. Pushes it ahead into the Newton end. It's taken by, I believe that's Mealy, who's pushing it ahead. Attempted hit by Tuzzolo. Eventually gets it into the neutral zone, where it's recovered by Palmer. Palmer skating her way through, but they didn't time it right. Offsides. A minute 55 left here in the second period. Brookline still leads Newton 1-0. Newton skating with it, launches it into the Brookline end. It's being chased to the corner. Diane Lee comes away with it, tries to push it ahead. It's pinned to the boards. Still pinned. Now coming out with it is Palmer. Palmer skating 2-on-1. It's Palmer and Chin. Palmer shoots herself, misses wide. Lee keeps it in the attack end. It's controlled by Singer. Singer tries to work the clear. It's pinned to the boards. The loose puck controlled by Singer. Skating out the back, she sends it along the boards for Houston. Again, it gets pinned to the boards. Lackey trying to keep it in the attack end, but ultimately it's forced out into the neutral zone. Hauser gets it, pushes it back to the neutral zone, but now coming in for it is Danielle Morrill. Morrill sends a pass back to Fahey. Fahey swings it across for Mealy. Long shot is blocked by Chin. That's actually Savannah Bond. And Bond sends it around the boards. Less than a minute left. Taken by Houston. Pass is blocked by Lackey. Houston recovers. Pass broken up. Intended for Morrill. Now Janowski skating with it. Just launches it into the Newton end as Brookline makes a switch in the last 30 seconds of this second period. Trying to press the advantage. This is Cosgrove. Cosgrove trying to weave through several defenders but can't do it. Stolen away by Driscoll. Sent into the neutral zone. Tuzzolo sends it back, taken by Rosetto. Pass almost intercepted by Cosgrove. Instead, it is controlled by Brookline. Now taken by Mealy and pushed into the Brookline end, and this is going to end the second period. It is now the end of the second period. No score in a weird but exciting second period with many penalties back and forth. But the lone goal still coming in the first period from Shayna Blankstein-Chin, assisted by B. Palmer. As we head into the second intermission, I'd like to take a minute to shout out a local charity doing some good for the community, and that is the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. To date, 75 BHS students have received scholarships from this fund to help them as they build their futures. Your support is crucial to supporting Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, that's brooklinecommunity.org. And as always, with any local charities we shout out here, you can find information about the Brookline Community Foundation in the description section of this video, as well as information regarding our paying sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management, as well as information about me. You can find a URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, and a link to my Instagram account if you'd like to follow me and see what kind of highlight videos I post on my Instagram account from the games that I stream. And remember, as always, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all my upcoming live streams, and participate in the live chat if you've got anything to say. But for now, second intermission, Brookline 1, the Newton Co-op 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Walter Brown Arena, and I'll be back for the third period. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan back live at Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you coverage of today's high school girls hockey contest between the hosting Brookline High Warriors and the visiting Newton North and Newton South Co-op. As we get ready for the third and final period of regulation, Brookline holds a 1-0 lead, courtesy of a late first period goal by Shayna Blankstein-Chin, assisted by B. Palmer. There was no score in the second period in what was quite a wild second period anyway. More penalties in that period than you'd likely see in a week from most girls' hockey teams. I think there was like a total of like 5 or something in that one period. It was wild. And it seemed like neither team could finish a power play without committing a penalty of their own and turning it into a 4-on-4 situation. It was just Brookline's called for a penalty. Then a few seconds into the penalty, Newton North is called for a penalty. Then a few seconds into that, it's just one thing after another. Neither team could stay on the power play. It was crazy, honestly. But at the end of the day, resulted in no points on the board. So we remain at 1-0 as the Brookline Warriors getting ready to come out onto the ice. As we see the Newton Co-op coming out. And it is sort of interesting, they come out from the corner, whereas usually with games at Walter Brown, both teams come down the center tunnel. I don't know if this is like an adjustment that that Brookline is making for all of their games going forward, or if this is a special case for Newton. I mean, I know it's an intense rivalry between Brookline and Newton, but I don't know. Whatever it is, it is. And in the meantime, not much time to waste as we get ready for the third and final period of regulation. Brookline trying to hold on to their lead and get back to 500. Newton trying to come back and stay in it. 1 period, 15 minutes is all that's left in this regulation. Brookline coming out of their pre-period huddle. Rosie Carew Lyons heading to her spot between the pipes, while on the other side for Newton, it is Camille Cororias, who should be given credit for keeping this a close game. Brookline has gotten some really good shots at her, and she's turned away most of them. Caroline Driscoll on the attack. A quick shot goes wide to start this third period. It's sent back around the boards, recovered by Driscoll, but now stolen away by Newton as they work on the clear. Pass is sent off the boards from Maggie Buckton over to Danielle Morrill, and Morrill almost breaks through but can't quite do it. Stolen away, taken by Driscoll. Weird ricochet goes to Jenna Rosetto. Now Driscoll pushes ahead to Julia Janowski. Janowski sends a pass ahead to Olivia Boyd. Olivia Boyd gains the blue line despite slipping and falling, but it's now taken away by Samantha Mealy. Long hit goes to the neutral zone, taken by Sophia Hauser, who gains the blue line for Brookline, pushes it into the corner. Ellie Fahey takes it for Newton, pushes it around the boards. Fighting for it and taking it is Shayna Blankstein-Chin. She's got the only goal for either team so far today as she passes it around to Palmer, whose pass misses the mark, and it's stolen away by Buckton. Pushed a long way ahead by Buckton, and that's going to be icing. 13 minutes, 47 seconds on the clock here in the third period. Brookline holds a 1-0 lead. And they've held the pressure advantage pretty consistently throughout this contest. As the face-off is ultimately going back to Hauser, who pushes it into the corner. Taken by Newton. Amelia Singer trying to control it around the back. Being pursued by Palmer. She sends it around the boards. It's taken by Hauser and pushed back into the corner. Taken back by Singer. Singer looking for an option to clear. She sends it off the back of the net. Bond tried to take it, but nothing doing. Now this is Kaufman pushing it ahead. Lackey trying to push it back, keep it on the attack. Taken again by Newton. That's Savannah Bond pushing it ahead to Haley Kaufman. But Kaufman doesn't have any clean lanes to skate through as the puck is pinned to the boards. Loose puck taken by Lackey, pushed ahead, misses Palmer, and it's taken by Singer. Now clear into the neutral zone, taken immediately by Gray Davis. Pushed and taken by Bond. Bond sends it ahead and couldn't be taken further by Saris. Pass almost gets through to Janowski, but not quite. Now Driscoll pushes it forward. Janowski takes it in the corner, but gets pinned to the boards. It's taken away by Newton. Rosetto keeps it in the attack zone. Boyd turns around, sends a shot. It's covered up by Caroriez. Newton has to know they can't spend the rest of this period in their own end. They have to get down and get some shots on Rosie Carew-Lyons, who hasn't faced too much pressure so far today. As Newton trying to skate on the counter, there's an opportunity here. Danielle Morrill gains the blue line, trying to force her way through. Shot is broken up and misses wide. Buckton sends it back to Fahey, who tries to insert, but it's broken up and kicked away by Driscoll. Chased down by Mealy. Mealy's pass goes all the way back to the back line. And now trying to fight her way through. This is Palmer. Gains the blue line. Trying to wave her way through. Loses control of the puck, and it's taken back by Morrill. Morrill trying to get through, but it's stolen away by Hauser before breaking the blue line. Long shot by Hauser is covered up by Caroriez. Another Newton end face-off. Face-off is controlled by Savannah Bond. Gets it to a teammate, but now intercepted by Hauser. Long shot again, saved by Caroriez, and again, she's just going to cover it up. Puck drops again. Face-off goes back to Lackey. Lackey sends it to the back where it's taken by Palmer. Palmer skating out of the back. Still skating with it. Now just pushes it around the boards, but it's taken by Morrill. Morrill gets around Izzy Pace. Now forced to turn around. Swing a pass over to Singer. Singer trying to work her way around, but it's stolen back by Hauser with help from Palmer. Long shot from Hauser. Might have been a centering pass, but either way it missed. And now taken by Newton, attempting the counterattack. Pass ahead for Tuzzolo is broken up and deflects to Palmer. Palmer now gaining the blue line, trying to weave her way through several defenders and trying to force the shot. Nothing there as she gets tangled up with a defender, still tangled up, sneaking around the back, and a shot by Janowski is covered up by Caroriez. I think Palmer might have been a little frustrated that there was no call for anything there as she got her arms tangled up with her defender trying to attack the net. Off the face-off, it deflects to Boyd. Now a shot by Janowski, barely saved by Caroriez. That might have gone off the face mask. Now Mealy skating out with it. Newton trying to bring it out. Deflected by Lee, taken by Janowski. Janowski, a long pass, finds Boyd. Boyd gains the blue line, goes on the attack. Attempted centering pass, but not there. Driscoll chases down the loose puck, fighting for it. Janowski gets it through, but Boyd couldn't get a clean stick on it. It's sent back into the corner and ultimately taken, I think, by number 4, Ava Howell. Long pass ahead. Skating with it now is number 15, Amanda Cosgrove. Cosgrove has the feet taken out from under her. And now Brookline is working on the counter. This is Boyd skating with it, gains the blue line. Trying to get around Mealy, centering pass again, nobody there. Driscoll again chases it down in the corner. And while Brookline makes a change, Newton trying the clear, but it's stolen away by Hauser. Hauser tries to keep it in the Newton end, but it gets broken up and sent out into the neutral zone, where it is taken again by Hauser. Hauser gains the blue line. Skating around. Hauser tried to hand it off, but nobody was there. Now Newton skating on the counter. This is Morrill. Stolen away by Lackey. And now off the ricochet, it's taken by Brookline. I think this is Palmer. Palmer poked and broken up by Singer. Now deflected right back to Palmer. Off the chaos, Palmer still with it, coming in. Decides to go for a pass, and it's intercepted by Morrill. The long clear attempt is batted down by Lee. Lee sends a long pass. And now it's pushed into the Brookline end, taken by Rosetto, excuse me, passed across to Lee, ahead to Gray Davis. Davis gains the blue line, and it's again poked away. The Newton Co-op doing well with these poke checks, as this is going to be an icing call. 8 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock here in the third period, as Brookline continues to hold on to the lead. Face-off won by Brookline. Pass back to Hauser. Pass across. Couldn't connect with Janowski. And it's going to be taken away by Newton. And barely escapes around the back. But it's now pinned to the boards. Broken up. Again, Hauser keeping it on the attack end by sheer force of will. As she sends it around the back, it's now taken by Mealy. Mealy skating up the middle. No opening, comes around the back. Now sends a pass over to the wing. It's taken by Kaufman. Kaufman manages to push it into the neutral zone. Trying to force her way through, gets it into the Brookline end, but right to Hauser. Hauser sends a pass into the neutral zone, taken by Boyd. Boyd's pass broken up and taken by Mealy. Pass ahead again to Kaufman. Kaufman sends it into the Brookline end. No icing, chased down by Rosetto. But Rosetto can't cleanly clear it. Pass back, shot turned away by Carew Lyons, as Boyd now pushes it. Singer couldn't keep it in the attack end, and now Newton has to reset. This is Saris pushing it around the boards, taken by Rosetto. Rosetto gives it to Palmer, poked away from Palmer, recovered by Hauser and cleared into the neutral zone off the boards. Now it's forced back into the Brookline end by Newton. Running out of room, it does get into the corner. Puck comes out of the corner, deflects away from Singer. Singer chases it down. Her hit is deflected into the air, and it's chased down by Rosetto. Rosetto, a long pass. Davis tries to hand it off for Palmer, who just barely pushes it into the neutral zone, recovered by Bond. Now pushed ahead. Gets to Morrill. Morrill, a long shot, is well blocked by Rosetto and Lee, as Lee sends it around the boards for Davis. Davis passes ahead. Gets away from pace, though. And now skating with it. Going end to end. This is Mealy. Long shot, well high and wide. as it goes all the way around to Fahey, who sends a long shot turned away by Karoo Lions. Houston almost had the rebound, but not quite. Attempted clear by Lee is deflected. Now Morrill fighting for it. Danielle Morrill gets a pass away. Houston trying to chase after it, but now it's stolen away. Skating with it now is Gray Davis. And Davis is just going to launch it into the Newton end so Brookline can make a change. Newton skating with it. The attempted clear by Fahey, broken up by Boyd, taps it for Driscoll. Driscoll gives to Janowski. Janowski tried one last pass, but it was broken up. Newton now trying the clear attempt once again. Again, Boyd providing that strong forecheck. And now Driscoll picking up the loose puck. Tried to sneak around, but poked away by Caroriez. Now Newton clears it out, and that's going to be a penalty against Brookline. That's going to be interference against Caroline Driscoll. And with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left in regulation, this could be a potential break for Newton. Looks like we got a timeout called as we are inside the final 5 minutes of this one. Brookline still leading Newton 1-0 with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left on the clock. And when we resume action, it'll be a 2-minute power play for the Newton Co-op because of an interference penalty against Caroline Driscoll. The Newton Co-op knows they have to press this advantage. And of course, we haven't really seen any team have a full sustained power play, because like I said, in that chaotic second period, whenever a team would switch from the 4-on-4 to the power play, a penalty was called almost immediately, and it would turn back into a 4-on-4. So the Warriors come out of that timeout with their PK unit. Newton comes out with their power play. Brookline sending out Palmer, Chin, Rosetto, and Lee to start off this penalty kill. Morrill taking the face-off for Newton. It's controlled by Houston, sent back. Launching a shot was Singer, but it was well blocked, I think, by Shayna Chin. Attempted clear is controlled by Singer. Pass to Mealy, now to Morrill. Morrill with a lane. Shot goes high. And it goes all the way around the boards and is going to go back to the Newton end as they reset with about a minute and a half left in the penalty. Oh, a whiff on the attempted pass from Mealy, but she does recover and get it ahead to Houston. Houston's pass is deflected and broken up by Palmer, and now Lee clears it out to the neutral zone. Newton resets as Morrill collects it, dumps it back to Mealy. Now a pass, launch into the Brookline end by, I believe, Singer. And now stolen by Bond from the behind. Houston takes it, sends it around the back. Controlled by Morrill. Morrill passes back to Mealy. Mealy from the point. Gives it over to, I believe, Singer. Back to Mealy. Long shot. Deflected. That one's in! The screenplay works for Newton. Wait, the officials are conferring. Rosie Karoo Lyons trying to plead her case. I think she was trying to say there was some kind of interference. But I don't think that's an appeal that they're going to win. Newton North ties the Newton Co-op rather ties this one up at 1 apiece. Off the power play goal that I guess you credit to Samantha Mealy. I don't know who deflected that one. There were so many bodies around the crease there, and I think that's what Carew Lions was trying to argue, was there were too many, was that there was an offensive player in the crease maybe? You know, maybe some kind of goalie interference call was what she wanted, but either way, that goes down as a goal. And the equalizer, as we are now tied at 1 with 3.5 minutes left. Hauser recovers the puck, sends it around to Janowski. Can't be controlled cleanly, stolen away by Newton. Long shot, weirdly deflects, but deflects wide. Recovered out the back, attempted pass is intercepted by Driscoll. Driscoll's pass gets to Janowski. Her pass almost broken up, but instead taken by Hauser. Hauser gaining the blue line by herself. Heading into the corner. Coming around the back. Hauser, a backhanded pass, was just barely broken up by Singer. Boyd chases down the loose puck, sends it towards the middle. Carorias eventually covers it up as Driscoll tries to force it into the net. We got a little bit of pushing and shoving after that play. Two minutes and 47 seconds left in the third period. I believe that's Bond sending it around the boards. It's recovered by Rosetto and sent back around the other way around the boards. And it ricochets all the way and gets pushed into the neutral zone by Newton. A pass off the boards is taken by Shayna Chin. Pass tapped ahead by Lee. Smart tap there as Pace gains the blue line. Pushes her way through one defender, but it's chased down by Morrill. Morrill off a nice ricochet, gets the puck, skates through, but stolen away by Palmer, who pushes it into the attack end. Now taken by Mealy. Sent into the neutral zone, now recovered by Lee. Diane Lee skating with it. Attempted backhand pass is blocked. Second try gets through, but taken by Mealy. Almost turned towards the net by Houston on that one, as Pace now tries to clear it, but it's recovered by Morrill, kept on the attack. Less than 2 minutes left here in regulation as Rosetto pushes it for Pace. Pace's pass is broken up by Morrill. Morrill trying to send it around the back. Now she's trying to find a place to escape around the back. Trying to sneak one in, but it deflects wide. Now a shot from Mealy is blocked as Mealy slipped and fell. Now the puck gets sent around the back. All of a sudden, Newton able to keep up some sustained pressure with a tie game as they again send it towards the middle, broken up by Rosetto, recovered by Lee. Lee's pass misses, shot misses high. Recovered out the back, another pass, this time intercepted by Brookline. Skating with it now after the takeaway is Palmer, but she runs into a wall in Singer. Morrill taking advantage of the switch, goes for a shot. Again, a high fastball from Morrill. Brookline working on the counter. Pass is deflected, but recovered by Palmer. A long pass to Chin. Breaking through, Shayna Chin. She gets tripped up and can't get the shot off. Now trying to force it through is Palmer. Or no, Janowski. What a confusing sequence, but now back to Lackey and the shot goes wide. 25 seconds left in regulation. Driscoll sends it to the middle and it's covered up by Carorias. 20.4 seconds left in regulation. We have a tie game right now. And I think we got a timeout called by Brookline as they try and strategize this last push to the net here in the closing seconds of the third period. And this has got to have been a frustrating outing for Brookline so far. Almost deja vu of that Framingham game on Wednesday. That was another game where they had the majority of the attack pressure, but then at the end of regulation, they find themselves tied. you know, it is tough, but when you get those chances, you got to bury them in the net. Otherwise, doesn't count for anything. And then, of course, you can't be taking that penalty with less than 5 minutes left when you've got the lead. That was a penalty they couldn't afford to take, and Newton made him pay for it. So 20.4 seconds left. What is Brookline's strategy going to be? And how is Newton going to try and counter it? If Newton was able to stop Brookline's attack, or perhaps just win the faceoff from the get-go, would they have enough time to go the full length of the ice for one final shot before this game potentially goes into overtime? A lot of questions abound. And here we go. It all starts with this faceoff. It's dropped, sent back. Skating through, a backhander from Palmer is caught by Karoriez, and we'll have another faceoff. 15.2 seconds now. Another faceoff, gets back to Palmer. Palmer weaving her way through. Her hit is deflected. Driscoll couldn't get a clean stick on it. Morrill trying to skate with it. And that's just going to take us out of the third period in the last 5 seconds as Morrill launches this one up the ice to end regulation. Brookline is going into overtime for the second time in a row. The Warriors will certainly be hoping for a different result from what happened on Wednesday as they get ready for this extra period. Of course, on Wednesday, they managed to score late. They were the ones who scored late in the third period to make the comeback and force overtime, but they ultimately lost. The game winner scored by Framingham's Mason Pumala. So now the question is, will Brookline have their hearts broken again, or will they be the ones doing the heartbreaking this time? We got overtime coming up in mere seconds. Don't go away, folks. Things are just heating up here on the ice. Having now switched sides again for the overtime period, Brookline back on the right side of the ice, Newton on the left. The 4-on-4 overtime period. 5 minutes on the clock, and here we go. Off the faceoff, it's ultimately pushed into the Newton end, controlled by Singer. Singer skating around with it. Still trying to look for an opening, slips a bit, and Driscoll trying to force the steal as she gets tangled up with Singer. And now wrestling for it in the corner. Boyd takes it, her pass is deflected and stolen away by Mealy. Mealy tries to send a pass off the back. And now a pass stolen by Boyd, a chance but broken up by Karoriez herself on the attempted pass for Driscoll. Now gets ahead. This is Houston trying to force it through Diane Lee, but can't do it. It's recovered by Mealy. Mealy's pass across to Singer. Now a pass ahead. On the attack, a long shot well wide. Recovered by Houston, sent to the middle, broken up by Rosetto. Rosetto passes ahead. Another pass misses wide of Chin. Bond tries to push it into the attack end, but it's taken right back, sent off the boards, and it's going to be heading right to the stick of Karoriez, so no icing. Bond now skating with it. Bond passes for Singer. Singer sending it around. Taken by Morrill. Morrill tries to pass, but nobody there. It's taken by Lackey. Passed over for Hauser. Hauser gains the blue line. Decides to send it down to the back. Chased down by Morrill. Morrill skating with it, now stolen by Chin. Chin, a shot, misses high. Off the rebound, Newton trying to clear it out. It's taken right back by Palmer in the neutral zone, but then stolen away by Morrill. Morrill launches it into the Brookline end, and that's going to be icing. 3 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock in the overtime period. Brookline and Newton coming down to the wire. Off the icing, we have a Newton end face-off. Face-off is ultimately controlled by Brookline. Push back to Rossetto. Winds up and fires. Deflects wide. Rebound recovered by Lee. Hands off for Driscoll. Driscoll's pass deflected. Driscoll tries a pass again. It's just going to be covered up by Carorias. Camille Carorias has been doing a fantastic job in net for Newton. She is a big reason why this game is now in overtime. Face-off controlled by Newton now. But defender loses her footing. It's pushed to the corner. Driscoll tries a pass. Oh, just wide off the stick of Olivia Boyd. Rossetto tries to send it towards the middle, but deflects over to Houston. Houston into the neutral zone. Still skating with it, but running out of room as Boyd providing the pressure. Pushes it ahead for Driscoll. Driscoll brings it into the attack zone. Bond breaks it up, but it goes right to Boyd. Boyd's shot deflects high. Now Driscoll trying to bring it around the back, trying to sneak it in. Can't do it. Newton skating on the counter. This is Mealy. Mealy, a long shot, skips past Carew Lyons to the back end, taken by Lee. Lee still taking it, broken up, but goes back to Chin. Shayna Chin sends a pass across. They try and take advantage of the switch on the pressure from Cosgrove. Stolen away from Morrill, stolen back by Lackey, but then stolen back by Morrill. Morrill coming in, coming around the back, loses her footing, gets tangled up all around the back, and it's taken by Driscoll. Driscoll passes ahead, misses Chin. It's taken back by Newton. Cosgrove with it, gains the blue line. Cosgrove's pass broken up by the skates of Chin. Chin coming around the back. Weaves her way around one defender, passes ahead to Palmer. B. Palmer cannot weave her way through the defenders, well blocked. It's sent into the neutral zone, taken by Lackey, pushed back in, and then taken back out by Cosgrove. Now Palmer again taking it in the neutral zone, trying on the attack again, and again can't weave her way around several defenders as the puck goes into the corner. It's ultimately taken by Morrill. Morrill sends a pass around the back to Singer. Singer's pass deflects, but is recovered by Buckton. Buckton slips and falls. Again, no penalty. The refs have just been letting them play all game on both sides, really, aside from that second period. As now it's launched back into the Brookline end. We've only got 35 seconds left in this overtime. Lackey sends the pass ahead. Brookline trying to clear it out. Morrill launches a shot, easily turned away by Carew Lyons. Hauser recovers. Brookline still trying to clear. The loose puck with 15 seconds left is taken by Hauser. Hauser has to make a mad dash for the net. Not much time left. Hauser coming around. Shot saved by Carorias and covered up. The mad push from Sophia Hauser gives Brookline perhaps one last chance at the net here in overtime. 6.7 seconds left. Enough time maybe for one or two more shots as the face-off is controlled by Palmer. Sends a pass back to Driscoll. Driscoll winds and fires. Saved by Carorias. Covered up with 0.3 seconds. Just a fraction of a second left in this one, and this is likely how it's going to end. There's the face-off, there's the horn, and there's the end of overtime. And from the looks of the Newton skaters all coming out from the bench and out onto the ice, I do believe that's going to do it. This game is going to end in a tie. Final score here at Walter Brown Arena. Brookline 1, Newton 1. You know, perhaps a less than ideal result for Brookline, as again, they get the majority of pressure, but are left at a standstill at the end of regulation. This time, no overtime goals. Brookline has certainly proven adept at creating strong scoring opportunities offensively. They just got to get a little more consistent at finding the back of the net, as these past 2 games against Newton and Framingham have showed. Summing up the scoring for today, late in the first period, Brookline found the back of the net first on a right-to-left shot by Shayna Blankstein-Chin. Found the net on the stick side of the goalie off the assist from B. Palmer. Brookline held that 1-0 lead until late in the third period when a power play goal was scored by Newton, I believe by Samantha Mealy. Not sure if it was deflected in. There was quite the mass of bodies in front of the net to screen. But that would ultimately end up being the final goal of the game. That tied things up at 1. Went to overtime, no score in overtime. And that is how things end, a 1-1 tie. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, you can go to the description section of this video to find out more about our paying sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts, the local charity we spotlighted, the Brookline Community Foundation. You can find the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, link to my Instagram account if you want to follow me on Instagram. And as always, if you enjoyed the broadcast, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this after the fact, you can leave your comments in the comments section. But for now, that's going to do it. Brookline 1, Newton 1. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.